Boo! Rubbish! Filth! Slime! Muck! Boo! Boo! Boo!
What is up, nerds? It's me, your buddy pal HeyArcher. Welcome back to my channel. I started live because Aaron showed up. The second Aaron showed up, there was a sense. There was just something in the force that was like, hit live now. And I did. So you can all thank Aaron in the chat. Welcome to HeyArcher Live. It's me, your buddy pal. My brain is all out of whack. I will tell you that now. There's going to be a lot of... There was already tech difficulties to start. It already started off. There's going to be probably some errors today. Probably going to hit the wrong link a couple times. My brain is absolute mush. Vlogmas will be the absolute death of me. And let me know... I assume you can hear me. I was going to say, even just let me know if you can actually even hear what I'm saying. But yes, I hope that at least to get through this Vlogmas together, you pour yourself just a little bit.
More specifically, vodka, whiskey, beer, tequila, more beer, more vodka, more whiskey, and more beer.
That is right. That is right. Just a little bit. Just a little bit. So for everybody who is new here on HeyArcher Live, it is not my show, but in fact, it is your show. We usually play some games of Would You Rather. We end up watching various intros of TV shows and trailers. They get the videos pulled the second they're down. The videos are done. See, I'm already misstepping. But like I said, it's your show, not my show. I can't possibly imagine there's anything that we should talk about tonight. I'm struggling to find any topics outside of Vlogmas to talk about. Like, there can't be any movie news, right? I imagine there's no TV show news. There's no sci-fi news or anything. I'm just assuming there isn't any. But of course, I'll let you guys in the chat tell me if there is something that we should be paying attention to. Oh, there's Star Wars news. Okay, so maybe there's something from Star Wars that we should be watching. We'll take a look at that. But of course, welcome Anthony to the show. And there was Aaron's chat. First thing I saw when I turned on. It's good. The Scooby Life, good to see you. I still did not check the mailbox. So I have to, maybe tomorrow I'll go to the post office and see if the stickers are there. Aaron does have the power. Yeah, cheers to all. Definitely a slow news day. So going into, I guess I'll just give you guys a quick update. Today was day 10 of Vlogmas Adjace, I call it. And the reason I'm calling it Vlogmas Adjace, in case you're not following that glorious journey, is that Vlogmas is a series of 25 videos that YouTubers do. A lot of like media influencer type people will do 25 days of videos where they vlog every day for 25 days. And what I've noticed in doing so is that whatever day it is, the vlog is usually of the day before, because obviously you can't vlog the same day. The benefit to doing Vlogmas Adjace is, one, I don't have time to vlog every day because I've got a real job. But two, I can just, number the day based on the day you're actually on. So worst case scenario, if you turn on the Vlogmas video and you're like, oh man, what day of the month is it? If it's episode 10, it's the 10th of the month. So there's that. The downside is, of course, that the videos aren't necessarily in, they're not of the day before, but they're of my life nonetheless. So the Adjace part is that every day there's a video being released, but not necessarily a vlog released. So I appreciate all the support. I'm going to keep going. I'm actually going 31 days. I'm going to torture myself for 31 days, and we'll make it through it together. But make sure that you share the videos. Make sure you subscribe, of course. HeyArcher.com. HeyArcher.com for all your merch. And let's pull up some stuff. Yo, Aaron, HeyArcher, and the Scooby Life. Ryan, it is good to see you. Ryan's also a fan of the Switch Pod from what I saw. So if none of you saw that video, the Vlogmas episode of today was me unboxing the Switch Pod by our good friend Pat Flynn. So I started the day editing today's video. And as per usual, every morning I wake up and I don't know about you guys, I put on YouTube. I find, and I may have talked about this before, I find that I'm not even watching a lot of fiction anymore. Like I wake up in the morning, I turn on YouTube, I watch whatever new videos are out from my favorite YouTubers. So today on Thursdays, it's Aaron and Tom. And then I put on the news and then I go from there. But I also go through and I kind of add some stuff on my watch list that I want to talk about tonight, on Thursdays in particular. So I added some trailers to watch, but apparently, according to Anthony up there's been some other things in a galaxy far, far away that have come up. So what I'm going to do right now, because I just came home from work, I'll queue up some stuff. I'm not sure what we'll go with first. This was, all right, so this was one, right? Let me just make sure that everything's kind of, oh, it's just rolling. Didn't even give me a chance. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to queue up some stuff in the meantime. Oh, Dwight is in the house. Good to see you. And I think I saw somebody else. Pax is in the house. Good to see you, brother. Paximus Enterprises going live after this show. Check out his YouTube channel for sure. Pax has been a big, big help with me getting through Vlogmas because I'll stay up. It's funny. Pax is actually a blessing and a curse because I'll put on Pax. He does study sessions on his channel. And, so I'll sit there and I'll work on some editing and then I'll stop when Pax does his break time. But then Pax is on the West Coast. And by the time the show's done, I'm like, oh, it's like 1 a.m. And then I can't just stop editing there. Got to keep going. So then all of a sudden it's 2 a.m. and I'm losing sleep. So Pax gets you very productive and you lose track of time. So he's a dangerous, dangerous man. All right. There's a lot of trailers I'm just pulling up right now. That's why I'm just staring at the screen at the moment. So as I usually say, talks amongst yourselves as we get these going. Man, I only had like 2 trailers pulled up going into today, and then the day just got out of control. Let me know in the chat at any point if you want to play Would You Rather. I don't even know if we'll have time to get like a good amount in, but if you do want to run a round of that, just let me know. Where is... Oh, here it is. This was the other one. All right. So I figured what we'll do is we'll start off with the non-Star Wars trailers. There you go. I was queuing all that stuff up. We'll start with the non-Star Wars trailers, end off on Star Wars. I think it'll just be easier, especially because at the end of the show, you'll be in a Star Wars mood. And then when you wake up tomorrow, after you do some studying with Paximus, you'll wake up and watch The Mandalorian. So it'll be a very Star Wars-filled evening. If you've not done so, hit the thumbs up, subscribe, share this with a friend. I don't really say that a lot. Share these videos with a friend, and we'll roll in. We're rolling straight up out the gate. Let's maximize that. And by the way, all of you will be featured on, what do you call that show? You'll be featured on Vlogmas because I'm going to use some of these to do a couple of Vlogmas episodes, just to give myself a break from just everyday editing, 1 video, 2 videos at a time. The HeyArcher Live will contribute to that. So first up, let me know if you can hear me, because last night, oh, I just noticed something on there. Hang on. last night I did some screen recording and I realized my sound wasn't on. So when the trailer starts, just let me know if you can hear it. I know right now you can't see me, so just give me 1 second. There we go. All right. So let's go back to that. All right. So as the trailer starts rolling, just let me know if you can hear me, of course. Let me just get these windows out of the way so I can see the chat while we're watching. And let's roll.
One day, you'll become all that you dream of and more. And everything will be different. This world is not yet ready for all that you will do. You'll become a legend.
Wonder Woman 1984 in theaters and streaming exclusively on HBO Max December 25th, rated PG-13.
Nothing, okay. I turned it up. Let's see. What was that? Was that Dave Chappelle's skit? Turn the headphones up. I can't hear nothing. By the way, boycott Dave Chappelle's show for now. He requested that. He requested that, not me. So I don't think we saw anything new in this trailer or featurette of Wonder Woman other than going into the end of this year. I mean, I believe we all were on the same page of Warner Brothers, HBO Max. They're going to dominate the end of the year. Like, they're dominating the end of 2020, as shitty of a year as it was, especially for movies, because we didn't even get this movie. Black Widow is just, I've heard nothing of Black Widow. So that's gone in the ether. So I was like, all right, Wonder Woman is going to end the year. You know, The Mandalorian's killing it, don't get me wrong. But as far as like big over-the-top movies and stuff, I figured Wonder Woman's going to just end the year strong. But today's news, I think, put a little spoiler on that. So let me just check the chat real quick and see if there's anything about Wonder Woman that you guys brought up. Study. Yeah, you are dangerous, sir. All right, so raise up the sound. Hear you. Yep, I fixed the camera issue, so I'm sorry about that. And yes, don't forget to leave a thumbs up on today's video. All right, I mean, it's cool, of course. I love Wonder Woman and stuff, but what's with the melodramatic stuff? Yeah, I don't know why that was a thing they did today. But you know, I think having it more, you know, like the last couple trailers when they had like the 80s music and it was really upbeat, super dope. Doing it that method, I'm not sure what the intention was. Maybe it was to try to get a different audience than who was going for it before. So I'm not sure. But you know, I don't know why they took that route. Now I can say hello proper because that's my computer. All right, nice. Yeah, Wonder Woman will win big, but Star Wars, you know, as far as news goes, I think Star Wars might take the win here. May 7th for Black Widow. Malcolm in the house. Good to see you. With the save. Still coming out in theaters and not straight to Disney Plus. Yeah, that makes no sense. That makes no sense. But hey, you know what? Disney's going to do what they're going to do. I think the Milan experiment should have shown them to just do straight to Disney Plus. I mean, I feel like Milan didn't do as well as they hoped. Well, what was it? Trolls or something that did very well. And that was when the pandemic started. Even saying that word probably got my YouTube channel flagged. So I feel like it was in the beginning when it was Trolls 2, I think, that like did super well. And then everybody else was like, all right, we're going to just hold off to theaters. And then they're like, all right, we're going to go back to digital. But in going to digital, we're going to make you pay extra for it. silly. Paying, if you're gonna pay extra, if you're gonna make people pay extra for it, in my opinion, you should be able to own it. And I get that they want to put an extra charge because they're like, all right, normally we're making 10 to $15 a head, you know, depending where you go, per seat in the theater, right? So I understand that. So they're like, all right, we got to put a premium on paying for it. But I feel like just paying the premium, because you're already paying for the app, covers that. You're already paying the $10 to $17 or whatever it is, because I think Netflix, Aaron was saying on his channel, is going up to $17. So you're already paying the premium. Just charge an extra $20 and say that when you buy it, you now own it. I think that's the key factor, because pirating is what it is. At this point, if you're still trying to counteract pirating, you're living in the past. Oops. All right, so we're moving on to Nobody, exclusive Red Band trailer. So I saw this pop up and I was like, oh, it's a Better Call Saul movie. But then I was like, no, it's not. And Christopher Lloyd's in it, which is interesting. So I figured we'll run through this one just to see what it is. And then the last 30 minutes, because we're already almost at the halfway mark. Last 30 minutes is going to be pure Star Wars. Again, unless you want to play a game of either. But I feel like there'll be a lot to talk about as we go through the Star Wars stuff. One of the charge extra for Black Widow, the way to do, yeah. So that's what we're talking about. And yes, Pax, you having content where you even say that or say the C word can actually flag your content, flag your channel. So they're not really messing around with that as far as yeah. And this, that's funny. You said the same thing. They're not messing around with that as far as the algorithm goes. So yeah. Yeah, and I don't think it's everybody. Like, I think, you know, it is, like, I think it's more so if you have it in the title or like somewhere in the body and then you're referencing it in the video, then they're paying extra attention and then they can flag it. So, it's really weird that they're doing that. I was wondering about because I had that swipe and chill, and my last episode was about dating when all this kind of popped off. And it didn't get flagged, but I thought it would because that was a big part of that episode. So there's that. All right, so let's watch this one, and then we're rolling into Star Wars. Again, if you're new here on HeyArcher Live, it is your show, not my show, but I feel like all the trailers we have lined up today are what you guys will want to talk about. Normally we play Would You Rather. I don't think we'll have a chance to do that today. But let me know which trailer you're most interested in. Let me know if there's something else that we should be looking at too that I may have missed. Trailers apparently are coming out by the minute. So update me if we're in this and something else comes out. So next we're going into, there's two more non-Star Wars. I'm sorry. So this is one. We're going with Nobody.
So they took maybe $20 and an old watch? Mr. Madsen, did you even take a swing?
No.
Could have taken her, Dad.
Heard you had some excitement last night. I wish they'd have picked my place, you know?
Why didn't you take him out?
I was just trying to keep the damage to a minimum.
Yeah, how's that working out for you?
You okay? Because you don't look okay.
There's a long dormant piece of me that so very badly wants out.
What are you still doing here, old man?
I'm gonna fuck you up. It's been a hell of a day.
I can see that.
For 12 years, I worked for some very dangerous people. Everybody get to the basement.
What is happening?
Don't call 911. I was used to be what they call an auditor. The last guy anyone wants to see at their door. Because it meant you didn't have long to live. But I left it behind to start a family. I might have overcorrected.
When you left, you abandoned a certain debt that needs repayment. And your creditor is aware of your resurrection.
They came after my family.
They stole my kitty cat bracelet.
And you don't fucking do that.
Give me the goddamn kitty cat bracelet!
You look like shit, Dad.
You should see the other guys.
Who the fuck are you?
Me? I'm nobody.
In theaters only February 26th.
All right. That came out of nowhere. That came out of nowhere. Can I go back? I just want to check the one thing. I saw one of you comment on it. So I just want to see, where are the gold doubloons? Here we go. I think it's over here somewhere.
For 12 years, I worked for some very dangerous people. Everybody get to the basement.
What is happening?
Don't call 911. I used to be what they call an auditor. The last guy anyone wants to see at their door. Because it meant you didn't have long to live. But I left it behind to start a family. I might have overcorrected.
When you left, you abandoned a certain.
That's what I was looking for. It was gold bars, right?
Overcorrected.
When you left, you abandoned.
Yeah, just gold bars. I wasn't sure if it was. They might as well just tie it into John Wick. Like, you might as well just do that. But Aaron pretty much said what I was going to say. Let me just kind of scroll up a little bit. Domesticated John Wick. I love that. Yes, I was thinking Falling Down. I was like, all right. I was thinking John Wick, and I was thinking Falling Down. I also got vibes of History of Violence, which is a fantastic movie. And there was something else that was similar to that. I can't think of it. I mean, yeah, it's you can't go wrong with that concept. I feel like at this point, it's one of those where you can't go wrong with that concept of the person is just down and out. They're like, oh, things suck, and they finally get pushed over the edge, and then violence ensues. But it's, I mean, that looked pretty good. I got to say, that looked pretty good. Oh, I screwed up the thing. Hang on. Go here. Go there. There we go. Go there. All right. I think it looked really good. I was thoroughly surprised by that. Did not expect that. Dwight agrees. Looks hella good. And he was saying about the gold bars. Might want to disclose that before you get married. Yeah. Yep. John Wick influenced. Yep. Mixed with Equalizer. I still got to see Equalizer. I don't know why I have not seen that yet. Clint Eastwood too. Yep. Yep. Yeah. Yeah. So I think was it out of all the trailers that one broke the camel's back? Wait, what do you mean? Did I miss something? I think I suspend that. That's not good. Clint Eastwood too. What was the what? Wait, what did I miss? Oh, is it just that the PAX just not like it? Is that what it was? Seriously, though, that one sucks. Oh, PAX you didn't like. Wait, what am I missing? He's back now? Oh, was I muted? Hang on. Was I muted on this one or something? I hear you. Laugh out loud. I don't know. We lost you there for a few minutes. Oh, okay. You were suspended. All right. I guess I was suspended. That's hilarious. That's funny. Stream unavailable. Wow. All right. They came after me already. They already came after me. I wasn't kidding. The video said you were suspended by YouTube. Wow. All right. But am I back now? Like, you guys are all good? Like, you can hear me, you can see me. Check here. I wasn't kidding. All right. Looks good. That's funny. All right. Well, we're going to keep the trailers going, so we'll see what happens. YouTube didn't like that trailer. They should. They posted it. So that's on them. All right. We're already halfway mark. All right. Let's go through again. We're going to keep on rolling. But yeah, I think you might as well tie this one into John Wick, if anything. It looks dope. Being theaters only, again, if you're doing that in 2020 into 2021, you're an idiot. I'm sorry. If you're doing theater only at this point in the game, you're a sucker. You're an absolute sucker. All right. So we have WandaVision, the second trailer. We'll check that one out. And I have it up. I have the stream up on my phone, so I can see if I get pulled again. But again, make sure to leave a thumbs up if you're enjoying this. Share with a friend. I don't say that enough. I just kind of burped somehow. Let's roll into WandaVision.
So what's a single gal like you doing rattling around this big house?
Well, I assure you, I'm married to a man, a human one.
Wanda.
We are an unusual couple.
Oh, I don't think that was ever in question.
We just don't know what to expect.
Howdy, neighbors. Hey, bud.
Wanda, what's up?
Who are you?
I don't know.
I think something's wrong here.
Wanda, can you read me? Who's doing this to you?
Are you here to help us? This is our home.
Then let's fight for it.
Well, I think we handled that well.
Oh, so I was gonna watch that too. I thought that WandaVision was a movie for some odd reason. I don't know why I was under the impression that it was a movie, not a TV show. So this one definitely leans into the whole, concept that Wanda makes this whole reality, including bringing Vision back from the dead. But talk about a spoiler alert in the captions here. I'm sorry to throw that out there. Monica Rambeau is the original Captain Marvel. So she's in the universe now, apparently. I don't know what they're going to do with her unless this movie involves time travel, because that was in the 70s and she's dressed like the 70s. Yep. So there's that. But what's her face? Where is it? I forget what the name of the character is, but the lady who was like, oh, what's the single lady doing here? She's the one that apparently would be the villain here. Her. I can't remember what character she is, but I'm kind of intrigued by this. I mean, I feel like what's going to be good about this series is that it hopefully leads into the Spider-Man 3 with the whole multiverse angle that they're doing. In that last trailer, Monica Rambeau was that same girl was the same one that got thrown through the wormhole, right? In the last trailer, if I remember. So maybe they are going to have the other Captain Marvel. Interesting. I know some YouTubers that would be really happy about that. But yeah, it seems good. I mean, who knows what this does? I hope at some point it HeyArcher.com is covering the captions. I'm sorry. Move that out of the way. I hope that HeyArcher. I hope that this movie does lead into the mutants. I think that's the one thing that we all kind of want. So let's go into Perfect Dark, because I don't know if it's a movie or if it's a video game trailer. Let me just check all right, Dwight, looks like you might be heading out, so it's good to see you. Hacks, you're learning lots tonight. Kat Dennings, is that her name? I don't know if that's her name. All right, we're rolling into the next one. Sorry, I'm not like interacting a crazy amount today. There's just a lot of trailers to go through. So we want to kind of run through everything. Again, interact in the comments, and let's check out Perfect Dark. Monica Rambeau was confirmed for Captain Marvel 2 at the Disney Investor event. Okay, cool. All right, so that's... Yeah, I was like, it's weird that they would spoil that by mistake. Like, I feel like something like that isn't a mistake. So, all right, that's cool. All right, let's see this Perfect Dark trailer, see what that's about, and then it's straight Star Wars from here on out.
I remember when everything changed. The floods, the storms, the fires, people dying in the streets. The corporations gave us solutions. A better world. And we welcome them into our lives. But the laws of nature aren't meant to be broken. We need to know what they're hiding.
Cruel world.
Did you find the answers you were looking for, Agent Dark?
Not yet. This is just the beginning.
All right, so it's funny actually. Malcolm and I have a mutual friend, Krishna, that loved Perfect Dark when we were. That might have been like elementary school. Was Perfect Dark N64? Yeah, that was because you needed the expansion pack. So that was like N64. That's probably high school at that point. I don't remember the story of Perfect Dark, so maybe it's a sequel. Not sure, but we're just gonna fly on through that one because I don't feel like it showed us anything that like really like did anything crazy. So first one up, let's do Rouge Squadron. Which is one of my favorite games on the N64, actually, and proceed from there. So, again, if you're enjoying these very trailer-heavy HeyArcher Live, more so than the last one. That was 2 weeks ago. It was very trailer-heavy. So, we are... Come on. How hot is my computer? It's not that bad. All right. All right, we're rolling. You guys ready? You ready? Star Wars Rogue Squadron official teaser.
I love to move fast and speed of any kind. I think that that's because I grew up the daughter of a great fighter pilot, and every day I would wake up and go outside and look up, see my father and his squadron taking off and their F-4s roaring across the sky, and it was the most thrilling thing still I've experienced in my entire life. So when he lost his life in service to this country, it ignited a desire in me to turn all of that tragedy and thrill into one day making the greatest fighter pilot movie of all time. But try as I might and look as I did, I couldn't find the right story ever. I kept looking and looking, but I just couldn't find the right one until now. Now I found a movie about two things I love. So I'm going to see you very soon.
All right. So just a teaser. Let me just check one thing. I can't. I feel like I do remember what she did, but now I'm like drawing a blank. Where she did Wonder Woman. Okay, yeah, that's what I thought. She did Monster. She's already on Wonder Woman 3, huh? All right. Okay. We'll see. I can close out that one there. Well, Rogue Squadron, I mean, I feel like Star Wars lately has been really leaning into just the actual like Star Wars part of things. Showing, in The Mandalorian having the fighter pilots or I guess they're like military police at this point, showing up in X-Wings. And even when you think back to the trailer to The Force Awakens, there was a lot of X-Wings and whatnot. The game that just came out, I can't remember the name of that one. But I like that they're leaning into more of that aspect of it, because Star Wars is more than just a Jedi. It is more than just Luke Skywalker. It is more than the Skywalker, the lineage, the bloodline. So I like that they're doing more of that. I'm still kind of leaning in the direction of I do want them at some point to do stories that don't involve the Star Wars, involve the Skywalker like time frame. So the Phantom Menace 2, Last Jedi, right? Was that the last one? What was the last one? Rise of Skywalker. But I kind of want some stuff outside of that. At the same time, there's so much you can do inside of that since they erased all the Legends continuity. So I'm excited for this. I do want to see a good. I'm down to see a good fighter pilot Star Wars movie that doesn't involve the Force. I mean, that'd be cool. Just like Rogue One. Rogue One, I thought Rogue One's very decisive. I feel like with Rogue One, people either really like that movie or they don't like it at all. And I felt like of all the Star Wars movies, it was the most Star Wars movie. It was about like war in space. And it showed you, I think it showed you in a way that The Last Jedi tried to do it and it failed. But in Rogue One, they showed you like there are no real like good guys. Like good guys still do bad things. Because at the end of the day, it's still two factions trying to win. So before we go into Bad Batch, let me just check the comments here. Yep. Got it. Impacts loves Rogue One too. Yeah. I rank Rogue One in my top 2, top 3. Sorry, it's top 3 because I have Empire Strikes Back is always going to be number 1. I have Revenge of the Sith as number 2, and then Rogue 3 battling with number 2 there. Revenge of the Sith, I always have an asterisk there because I feel like I only give it credit because of the Clone Wars cartoon. If not for the Clone Wars cartoon, that movie sucks. But the Clone Wars cartoon fishing or going more into the character development, going more into the story, going more into why Anakin is the way he is. If not for that cartoon, Revenge of the Sith does not hold up. So I do rank that one pretty high. But speaking of Clone Wars, we're going into the Bad Batch, which is part of the Clone Wars cartoon. The final season, we got introduced to the Bad Batch. People wanted them to have their own series. So let's see what happens.
They call themselves the Bad Batch.
The Republic will be reorganized into the First Galactic Empire!
That was quite an impressive display.
Exactly what it needs to be. Exactly what that needs to be. So when they said that this was coming out, this needed to take place in between 3 and 4. Now, I know just now I was saying I want something outside of the period of the Skywalker saga. But when they announced the Bad Batch, the question was, will this be between 3 and 4? And the reason it needs to be there is this can be that show that really shows us the ground level, what was happening, right? Like Rebels was really cartoony. Like that show, the meat of what the show was supposed to be was good, but the cartoon Rebels was really kiddie, really bright. Stormtroopers did no damage to anybody. Like nobody was ever in danger. It did bring back Ahsoka, so we got to see that. But we really need to know what happens in between 3 and 4. You know, the hunting of the Jedi. Like, is the Bad Batch the group that is hunting the Jedi? Like you had those Sith, whatever's in Rebels, but again, it was cartoony. It was made. That was like, all right, Clone Wars was made for kids. Eventually, they were like, this formula doesn't work. Make it more adult. Made it an awesome show. Then they're like, all right, we need to go back and make a kid's show. So they take Rebels, bring it back down to a kid's show. It did okay. Wasn't like the greatest thing ever. Now, Bad Batch picks up where Clone Wars was. And even having this, like even having that touch, that little thing just to tell you that Clone Wars is continuing in this form of a Bad Batch. Mint. I think the trailer looked dope. I don't know if anybody here is as big a Clone Wars fan as I am, but that trailer looked dope. All right, moving on. Now we're on to Cassian Andor's TV show. What's the other one that's left? Oh, Bad Batch. All right, we already watched that. All right, so we'll do Cassian Andor, and then we'll talk about the Hayden Christensen return. There was no trailer for that, but we'll discuss it anyway. All right. Ryan coming out. I love the original 3 is my favorite. Yeah, because, you know, the thing, too, with the original 3 is that there was nothing like it before. And every time you got to a new movie, there was something new that you'd never seen before. The world got bigger. The battle got bigger. The fight got bigger. So, yeah, even when I grew up, the original 3 was what I grew up with. And then when The Phantom Menace came out, that was like my movie. Like, that was me going to a theater to see this for the first time. I did see the original 3 when they re-released them, the special editions, in theaters, but The Phantom Menace, you know, that was my That's technically like my Star Wars. So when I line up all 6 movies, you know, the original 3, if you're going trilogy for trilogy, yeah, the original 3 are the best. As far as like a story developing, the original 3 kind of still the best. But prequel trilogy, that upped the lightsaber fighting, that upped the action. So even in my younger days, like seeing the bigger explosions, the more fast-paced lightsaber battles, seeing 2 skilled Jedi fight each other, like that just like nudged a little bit. So Return of the Jedi still is one of my least favorite of the 3 or of the original trilogy. But yeah, I mean, the story development of Luke Skywalker trying to get his father back, like no Star Wars has hit that yet, with the exception of how his father was lost, which was the Clone Wars cartoon. So I will beat that horse to death, resurrect that bitch, and beat it to death again. You guys should watch the Clone Wars cartoon. I say it every week, I think.
Everything I did for the rebellion.
Rogue One, in many ways, it's a film that connected new audiences with the oldest fans. It was a bittersweet feeling, you know, on the premiere, knowing that it was just one film. But then magic happens, right?
As you can see, we're getting ready. We're building stages, we're rehearsing, we're training, we're trying costumes, we're doing everything to make sure we do the best show.
I'm really excited having the chance to explore Cassian. It's really fun to go on a set that is emulating something you like so much.
The enormity of this is like doing a big feature film.
It's very cinematic. For me, that's where the excitement is.
12 episodes, 12 scripts, over 200 named cast members, over 6,000 crowd people, a lot of creatures that come in from the creature department.
We treat this exactly like we would a film. There is no difference in our approach.
Every creature and droid that we've been building has the same care, level of attention to detail as the previous films.
It's huge, it's thrilling, but also it's wonderfully challenging.
There's tons of possibilities to explore. It is the building of a revolution.
All right, so that oops, sorry. I feel like my volume might be a little too loud, but so that takes us to the, you know, just what we've been talking about this whole episode, where we're in between movies. We're in between 3 and 4, which is, you know, is what it is. The thing with the Cassian Andor show is I didn't think he was the best part of Rogue One. Like, I mean, you know, I think what made that movie great was like everybody interacting with each other. So him needing his own movie, I don't think is necessary. I think what this show, I said movie, I mean show. What I think the show can do is really drill home that concept of the rebellion not being just good guys, like that they do shady shit. But that's where they can ruin that too. Like this show, you know, depending on how it plays out, could, you know, make him, it could be too wacky, right? Like they could say it's a Star Wars show on TV. Maybe we lighten it up a little bit. You know, The Mandalorian it toes that line, but maybe this one they're like, all right, maybe we lighten it up a bit. I don't think so, but possibility. It's I think with Star Wars, what tends to happen a lot of the time is let me go back to there. What happens a lot of the times, I feel like, is when you're dealing in the new age of Star Wars, the Disney age of Star Wars, we want to limit the amount of failure points we can have, right? And there's high notes and there's extreme low notes. And the new trilogy, the sequel trilogy, is almost the lowest of the low. Like, it's so bad. And it adds these failure points into the entire saga that is Star Wars. So when you go back and you start doing these other movies, you're like, all right, the Clone Wars era of shows was great. You know, as far as story goes, as far as what we had. And by throwing in more stories in there, you have the chance of ruining things. You have the chance of continuity being ruined. You have the chance of certain characters not being as cool as they were supposed to be, you know? It's not often you have a, you know, I don't want to spoil Mandalorian, so I'll stop myself, but it's not often you have characters that weren't like cool and liked that all of a sudden we do more content on them without people asking for it, and all of a sudden it's better than it was before, if that makes sense. So with Andor, you know, I like the fact that this could be again, another show that doesn't have Force users, doesn't have lightsabers, things I didn't think I wanted out of a Star Wars movie or a Star Wars show, but I ended up wanting those things after seeing Rogue One. Like, Rogue One let me know that it's okay to have a Star Wars movie without the main parts of Star Wars, the lightsabers, the Skywalkers, all that stuff. So, you know, am I hyped for this one? No. Am I happy it's more Star Wars? Yes. The fact that I didn't see Kathleen Kennedy's name on anything made me happy. Would I like to have seen Jon Favreau's name on there? Of course. But he's only one man. He's only one man. And the Clone Wars cartoon, I'm pretty sure Dave Filoni is all over that. So these guys can only get stretched so thin. And at the moment, post-original trilogy, post-prequel trilogy, the only people I trust with anything Star Wars are Dave Filoni and Jon Favreau. And whoever directed Rogue One. Who directed Rogue One? I don't even remember. I want shopping. Rogue One. Garth Edwards. Yeah, so Garth Edwards, whoever you are, if you know, I trust you as well. A lot got cut out of that movie, by the way. That's one of the things that always made me laugh. Rogue One was one of those movies that, like, you saw cool things in the trailer and then the final movie comes out and they're cut out. But again, that's the corporate, that's Disney corporate, that's Kathleen Kennedy changing things because they're like, we need it to be more like this. So at the moment, whatever Garth had in mind originally, if he's the original director, I liked it. The final result, they changed things, but I still really liked it. Jon Favreau and Dave Filoni, you know, those two, right? I don't know enough about Garth to go to say the same thing, or Gareth. I don't know enough about him to say the same thing, but when it comes to Dave Filoni and Jon Favreau, Disney needs to just let them loose. Just let them do what they're going to do and just trust it at this point. If you get a chance, there's, and I know I'm running out of time. Thanks for sticking around, by the way. I'm very talkative this episode without interacting because there was a lot to cover. So it's more of a podcast episode, I think. If you get a chance, somewhere on, it might be Hulu or it might have been on YouTube. I don't remember which one it was. There's a documentary about Jon Favreau directing Iron Man and Iron Man 2 and why Iron Man 2 failed where Iron Man 1 was a game changer. You know what? I think did it? Let me just make sure. Yeah, if I remember, I'm going to post this in the notes for the show. High Top Films. You know, if you want video essays or something, I really do enjoy watching. Just people like kind of dissecting movies and TV shows and whatnot. So his Jon Favreau one on the Iron Man movie is amazing because here it is. You have a director that they're just like, just do whatever. Like, here's Iron Man. It's probably not going to do anything crazy. Make the movie you need to make. And he makes one of the best Marvel movies ever. And then they go, okay, this did better than we thought. Now we're going to get involved. You're doing part 2. By the way, you know how you needed like 2 years to make part 1? All right, yeah, we need that cash. So you're making part 2 in 1 year. And we're going to do rewrites for you on your script in the editing room. So if you get a chance, watch those two. Watch the original one about Iron Man. Watch the one about Iron Man 2. And you'll see what happens when you have like talented directors like Jon Favreau, who's nailed it when you give him the chance of free reign. You see what happens when they wheel it back in. So let him and Dave kind of just do what they do. And we'll go from there. But lastly, in the last like minute or so, because I know Pax has his show to start pretty soon, the Obi-Wan Kenobi series, right? I want to see I want to see the series, and Hayden Christensen is coming back, which is cool. The two cannot interact on this show, and if anybody in Disney hears this message, the two of them cannot interact in the show unless it's flashbacks, which is going to be cool to see them both. If we can get them both in Clone Wars era gear, to see what's in Clone Wars in real life, dope, super dope. Get some cosplayers to make that for you because the cosplayers are killing it in the Star Wars game. But in the Kenobi series, Obi-Wan and Anakin cannot interact. They need to be on two parallels without even knowing the other exists. You know, because you don't want to ruin. You just cannot ruin when they both are in the same system, and Kenobi's on the Falcon, Vader's on the ship, and they're like, is a presence I've not felt in a long time. Don't ruin that. You cannot ruin it and have them both interacting post Revenge of the Sith. Now, as far as storyline goes, the Kenobi series haven't, if they go the route of him helping raise Luke Skywalker, cool, right? But understand, he's not, if they do that, there's no lightsaber fighting. There's no like really extreme use, like cases of the Force, because they already had a comic going on of Kenobi. So there's no like big Force things going on there, because remember, he's in hiding and Vader is out hunting Jedi. So there's certain things you can't do in the Kenobi show to keep the continuity going. It sounds super nerdy, but if you take the shows and you try to make it so that I can sit down and like watch things in order, there's certain things you're not going to be able to do, because it ruins the awesomeness of the originals, if that makes sense. So, am I pumped to see a Kenobi series? Yes. I think Obi-Wan Kenobi, even as far as the Clone Wars cartoon, one of the best characters ever. And the dynamic between him and Anakin and the animated series, amazing. Absolutely amazing. And that even helps make their relationship in Revenge of the Sith better, because they did a good job in Revenge of the Sith of the two of them. So you can make that better with the flashback stuff, but you can't go forward, because then it ruins that last meeting of them together. You don't want to damage that. So that was one hell of an episode. One hell of a HeyArcher episode. Let me just fly through the chat real quick. What were you guys most interested in? What series are you most looking forward to? Pax also loves Rogue One. Maybe I'll watch that tonight after your stream. Yep, we did that one. The Bad Batch seems okay to me. Not super hyped for it though. It's hard. I get it. When it comes to Hayden Christensen. They're doing the Kenobi TV show, Obi-Wan Kenobi TV show. Ewan McGregor's back for that, and it's funny, they're filming it in Boston, but it's not Boston, Massachusetts. It's Boston, England, and a lot of people got hyped. But Hayden Christensen, who Anakin Skywalker, is officially back for that. But I understand people not being hyped for Clone Wars. I get it, because visually, when you look at it, it can be hurtful to the eye if you're not like down for that. Like seeing that kind of animation. Just turning it on, it kind of sucks, because you're like, I don't want to see this. Like, this is a kid's show. It's a cartoon. You're like, there's something about that 3D animation that rubs people the wrong way. It rubs me the wrong way. I think the only reason I like the 3D animation look is because I was a fan of Reboot back in the day. I was a fan of Beast Wars back in the day. So that kind of animation I'm fine with. But when people are against it, I get it. I completely get it. But I always say, man, give that Clone Wars a try. Ryan, I remember when I was around 6 or 7, older cousin was talking about that there were 3 stories about New Hope. Was about how Vader became, Empire Strikes Back actually was my original, and I used to fight my mom saying that was the original movie. I think it's more about the money than good story, though. No offense. Yeah, I agree. 100% agree. 100% agree. Here's support in chat. Yeah, I'll wrap it up now. Hayden, yeah. But that's the thing, and that's my final note of the evening. Clone Wars, the series makes Hayden a better character. Not to spoil any parts of it, because there's really not much to spoil. You know how it ends. But the Clone Wars cartoon, when you see everything that Anakin does throughout the series, throughout the 8 seasons, I think. When you see everything that he's done, and then he's in he's in the council room, and they're like, "We don't grant you rank of Jedi." You're like, you know what? Fuck you, killing you, throwing you out a window. Like you're there with him. That decision he makes when he decides to go with Palpatine makes far more sense watching the Clone Wars than just the movie. And don't get me wrong, that's not the sign of a good movie. To enjoy a good movie and for a movie to be labeled good, you shouldn't need extra stuff. But believe me, in this case, when you watch the Clone Wars cartoon, and then you go back and you watch the Revenge of the Sith, right? Revenge of the Sith? Yeah. Far better movie. I cursed a lot in this episode. I'm sorry. But thank you all for being here for HeyArcher Live. It was a fun episode. Lots of trailers. We went through a lot. I don't even remember all this stuff. But Vlogmas Adjace 2020 is still going. New videos on the channel every single day. Make sure to share them. Make sure to thumbs up. All of you are keeping me going with Vlogmas. You keep me going on HeyArcher in general, I must say. Not only is HeyArcher Live your show, not mine, the whole brand is yours, not mine. So with that, here's to you. Have a good night. Paximus, go check out his channel right now. Peace.
Specifically vodka, whiskey, beer, tequila, more beer, more vodka,